That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time a week again. Sunday Fun Day here on the old YouTube with the Prime Time Kings. The Mighty 24/7 Fusion Media. The mysterious Vigilante. And of course, yours yourself, humble announcer, Mayor Roman Tank. Well, get ready. Sit back and relax and enjoy the Prime Time Kings.
Hey, you know what? Vigilante was here to another episode of the Primetime Kings, and for me, it's been a while.
Man, dude, I can't tell you how much I miss hearing that shit, boy. Hey, man, hey, it's great to have you here, man, Vigilante, man. We missed you, brother.
Yeah,
and
great to be here.
Oh man, shit, you know it, man. Let me see, shit, how you doing, man? How you guys doing? How you doing, Vigilante?
I'm doing pretty good.
There you go, man. Damn, boy, you started this off on a hell of a high note, man. So
yeah, I like the intro and Baron in the intro. That's cool too.
Yeah, man. Shit, there you go, man. Shit, how you doing, Baron?
I'm doing fine, and Vigilante sounds tanned, rested, and ready. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. Actually, I'm starting to pale up because I don't go in the sun as much.
Oh man, hey, I tell you, man, you turn into a high yellow.
Yeah, I am turning. I am. I'm going from like brown to high yellow, and then Texas, you would go the other way. For a second, when I was going outside, I was starting to darken up, and then I don't know what it is.
Hey, I tell you what, man, you the true definition of what they call a yellow bone, boy.
Yeah.
I'm staying out of this one.
Nah, you good, man. But you ain't know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. Nah. We talking about we talking about being light skinned like shit. You know, if you like my color, his color, and you basically don't step out in the sun enough, then basically you'll start getting lighter and lighter, and you'll
Meghan Markle up. You know what I mean?
You know,
if you don't get enough sun. But if I keep sun, I'll look like Kobe. I don't know why. It's just genetic.
Right. Well, that's the thing, man. You darken up in the summer and lighten up during the winter, man. So
I think you know what it is. I think there's a misnomer that other people they think of white people as the only one who have complexion changes with sun. That's just not the truth. That's most people do. Even dark skinned people can get darker and lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just.
Yeah, you see, you got a dark skinned dude, you'll fuck around and turn into midnight, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hey, we love all complexions. Everybody's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We are the world, all that good stuff. Shout out to the chat. It's cool to see some of you guys, familiar faces. The long suffering, Mrs. Tag, Low Spec, Killy Child, old man.
There you go.
Zax, who's now, when I last did Primetime Kings, Zax had I don't know how many subs, but not 10,000.
Hey, well, you know what, man? Hey, look, I
deserves every one of them.
Man, I'm fucking proud of Zax, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Zax is he's doing it, man. Shit.
How many accounts did he make up to have those likes? I'm kidding, Zax. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, his explosion since I last done the show. That's like an indicator. Zax had 100,000 subs.
Hey, well,
show now he's like a super.
It's you gotta admire a hustler, man. So absolutely. I mean, whatever he's doing, whatever he's doing to fucking kick ass and take names. Shit, that's hell. I need to take a page out of his book, man. Yeah, no bullshit, man.
You and me both. I think a lot of it's the shorts, and you got to be consistent with the shorts, and you got to still have your other content along with it. And if you do that, and I think
I was.
You know what? Another thing that's hidden right now. I'm noticing, and I need to start watching some of these movies. The Indian movie market with after the RRR and all the movies they coming out with.
Are you talking about the Bollywood?
Well, it's not Bollywood. That's the whole big thing. It's like the independent Indian movie market or whatever.
Oh, so it's
Bollywood.
Oh, wow. So you're saying besides Bollywood that there's like a independent offshoot?
Basically, I don't know how independent, but it's like outside of the Bollywood system.
So basically, there's like the comics gate of Bollywood.
In no certain terms, yeah. In some ways, I don't know if they still have the same issues, but they're outside of the system and they're starting to
right. You know, I'm talking about more on the independent.
Yeah, more on the outside of the system.
Right.
They're independent on some level, and they're starting to blow up across the
Are
world.
They still going to have the singing and dancing?
I think they still have some love stories, but they have like this RRR. I haven't seen it. Tollywood, is that what it's called, Zax? He knows a little bit more about it than I do. But it's just look up the movie RRR and look at the trailer. It's like an action movie and brotherhood. It's a lot of cool stuff. It's different styles and it's regional, so it's like a okay. So yeah, he's get into that thing, and that's another. It's interesting to see the fallout of the end of entertainment as we know it. It's like, okay, other people would just say, all right, no, I'll find something else. I'll go to India before I watch it all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, the thing is when it goes to creativity and it goes to the old saying, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's entertainment, it doesn't matter if it's food, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people are now they blame a lot of that shit on COVID, man. To be honest, when it got to the point where we all got locked down, we basically to an extent, we damn near threw ourselves into the Stone Age, man. We had to sit there and get fucking creative with ourselves. Even with all the still having the internet and all this other shit, people were still going out of their even people that love to be on the internet were going out of their minds because that was all they were able to do, man. Yep. It was like, so basically you had to dig deep within yourself to go find out what the fuck else did you want to do with yourself, with your life. What are the interests you have? Motherfuckers that were married, we're starting to figure out, like, fuck, do I even love her anymore? She get on my fucking nerves. People that were used to everybody else raising their kids had to stay home with their kids for once and probably in the kids' lifetime for a certain amount of time. Without nannies and babysitters and after school programs and coaches and everybody else having to look after your kids. And then by the time you get home from work, you only got fucking 3 or 4 hours with your kids. So what do you do with those 3 or 4 hours? You maybe go over homework, probably cook dinner, and all of a sudden you got to put your kid to bed and it's off to, work the next day, school the next day, all this other shit. And it got to the point where people started figuring out that, hey, my kids are pieces of shit. Little Johnny ain't so fucking cool because you got to sit there with him all day. They were homeschooling them and shit, and find out that my own kids, they still little bad little motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it was all kind of little shit. Yeah, it was all kind of little weird shit going on. But besides that, we started seeing people basically finding out different things in their lives and their families and their surroundings and what they like and what they don't like. And when they did that, they started figuring out what was going on with entertainment and all kinds of other shit. And then from there, they started figuring out, hey, if we're not going to get what we want from all these other companies or, all these other companies that we've been getting our entertainment from, they're going to sit there and bullshit us. Then guess what? We're going to sit there and get our shit from somewhere else. And if not that, if it comes down to it, we'll fucking create our own shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit, you talked about the schools. They also found out maybe China's a piece of shit because his teacher's teaching them how to be a piece of shit. When you look at them and they got the hammer and the sickle in the back when you're looking at the Zoom call. Like, what the fuck is going on? No wonder Johnny comes home talking all this bullshit. Zax is explaining the whole, I guess it's a regional thing with all these different Indian regions and their own cinema. But it's just that's people, if you're going to make shitty entertainment in your home country, we'll find other shit. We see anime And somebody mentioned J-Rock and J-Pop and all that, and K-Pop and all these other genres outside of the U.S. that become popular in the U.S. because the home shit is not as good as it used to be.
Even South Korea television entertainment become shot up in this whole time.
Yeah, because our shit sucks.
Yeah,
right. Well, you know, it's funny that you both of y'all say that. Like when you look at like Japanimes and like Bollywood or Tollywood or whatever, what it is they're people making entertainment for people. You know, it's like you making shit for your for your peoples, man. And I like that's what anime is. That's what Japanimation is. And that's the same like Western comic books, like American made comics. I mean, you got of course everything's made for everybody, but what it is you basically you're making it for your own peeps, and then basically you make it broad enough or mainstream enough to where it can actually identify with everybody else.
Yeah. You hit on something. When you make it for a core audience, it tends to, because like too many things now are made for a broad audience and then nobody likes it. If you make something for a core audience, at least this amount of group of people are going to fuck with it. And then what tends to happen is other people can
fall in.
They fall in. They start to connect to it because it's something that's universal that they can connect to. Shit, Cinch a Dildo apparently says Iran's making better films than Hollywood. But another thing that's happened is the technology. The record. I mean, you could get spend a few grand, get a nice camera, and if you have the skill, you can make really good looking stuff and on Hollywood par stuff.
Well, hell, they were doing it. They were doing it with iPhones and the Samsungs. They're going out there filming. They were even having film contests with them using that, and then of course the editing tools and coming out with top tier looking stuff.
That's true too. They got little lens adapters for phones. Like if you want to have it look a little bit more high end, you get a little lens adapter. You can put a decent little lens on it too. There's all sorts of stuff. To
have like a what they call it, fish eye,
low depth of field. Fisheye or whatever.
Fisheye. That's one. They have different ones. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And and so the technology to get. That's the beauty of this day and age. If you want to be a creative, man, get out and do it. You can do it. You can compete with these guys. You can compete with these big companies because they're falling off. They're not making. They're not genuine. That's what it really comes down to. And it's being genuine.
Well, how many people got their start with the Super 8 cameras going out and filming stuff in the backyard? And they had that one magazine, Cinemagic, which was done by Starlog. And it was to help young, basically teenagers, preteen, all that who were doing that and how to do effects and how to do this stuff so they can incorporate it. And they were highlighting films and that these people were doing. Of course, back then we didn't have the YouTube so we couldn't see those films, but they were helping inspire the magic with using the Super 8. Well, now there's a hell of a lot better equipment than we had when we were kids. Go for it. Rock and roll.
Essential Dildo corrected me. Fisheye is an ultra wide angle. You get a high depth of field with it. Okay. I'm still a dumb novice and haven't really shot anything. And I want to do this one day. Hopefully today. Hell Sox Bulletin. Hell, old man. Hell, going with Kyle. Hell, Essential Dildo, of course.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
And everyone else.
Yeah. We all know that Cynthia Dildo is in charge of the Iranian film company out there. So, of course, he knows all this stuff. Yeah.
Man. Dude, I'm telling you, man, that's that was a hell of a start to the Power Hour, man. I like that. Yeah, shit, that's I mean, to be honest, man, it's a lot of people got real creative over the course of the pandemic. And you know what? The thing is, the hustling mentality, it's like people are still in that pandemic state of mind, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be fucking real with you. Like I've let up on the face mask and all that other bullshit. But as far as like the struggle and the thing with with jobs and sometimes people hiring, sometimes they're not, like all this weird shit that's going on with the job market or whatever. It's just it's kind of like, it just feels like it's like the pandemic is still here. It's just like, but it's not restrict as restrictive as it was. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really restrictive at all. I guess it all depends on where you at. If you're in New York, nigga, fuck that. New York is like, dude, you gotta have permission to go into buildings and shit. You gotta have your card and shit, and to go into.
Is it still like that in New York? I didn't know that.
Yeah, look, hey, I'm telling you, New York is fucked, man. Look, to go into like certain businesses, restaurants, all this shit, you got to show your fucking card, man. You got to show your vaccination card to go to different events and shit, dog. You got to, man. It's like that thing. You got to have that thing. You got to have it like you have your fucking ID to go anywhere in New York. Fuck yeah, man. New York ain't playing, dog, and then they still acting like that shit is in full swing, man. So
really, I thought they were calming down with that, and they had.
Oh no, New York, not New York. Like if anybody in the chat, it really is looking for what was going on in New York, they'll like, anybody that's close to there knows what's going on. Yeah, they'll somebody speak up, man. It's but New York is. I'm telling you, yeah, man. New York is, dude.
Papers, please. Papers,
yeah, people
please.
were saying that's why I knew that stuff was happening. It was papers, please, up there. I thought they had relaxed. I'm with you where some of the pandemic is still lingering over, but like as far as I still, what, I can't lie. Sometimes I think, I'm going out without a mask, even though I haven't worn a mask in a year at least. Right. Even in when I was in Charlotte, I stopped wearing a mask, and you don't need one here in Texas. And I think they had just ended the restriction in Charlotte a few months before I left. But I've gotten used to not wearing a mask, and I didn't even have to wear one on the plane last time I flew. So I've gotten used to it, that part. But like there is still this like, I done got comfortable. But I do still feel this thing, man. There is something. Some of the pandemic just is here. Just the world has not returned to normal at all.
No, it hasn't. And you know what? When we had our little sabbatical here with the Kings, between then and now, I had COVID again.
Oh man, sorry to hear.
Yeah, that. I mean, it was. Oh yeah, it was. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It just was. I was just for the whole time. But I mean, it's the second time I had it, and it's like, as it goes along, this is gonna be like cold and flu. Just like how many people die a year from the flu? How many people, even the cold? The quote unquote common cold. People don't realize that can really wallop you. It's like no matter what, we're gonna get sick out there, and the worst thing you can do is hide away and sterilize bubbles because you don't build up immunities, and you need to.
Yo, want to take a second to say what's up to Lord Thoth. What's up, man? He's saying what's up to Vidge and Baron, and what's up to Long Suffering. What's up, Socks, and everybody else that's in the chat. In case we haven't said too much, I know we've been talking amongst ourselves, but just wanted to acknowledge the chat and tell everybody what's up. And shit's glad, I'm happy to have everybody here. So man,
thank you guys for showing up. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we sure do, man. Thank y'all, man.
The chat's overrated. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Leave a like and share and all that other good stuff if you can. We always appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Of course. Oh yeah, and matter of fact, Socks. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Here you go. Yeah, Socks was saying that.
Chi-Town is bad here, ain't as bad as New York. Damn. I went back to Detroit and I didn't know there was no mask or anything. I mean, there's some people who wore them, but most people didn't. It was just whatever. I know
those are the ones that are robbing the Quickie Marts.
No, you know what? They don't. You know what I learned about Detroit that I have either forgotten or maybe this is a holdover from the pandemic. Stores are closed after midnight. Everything. You can't get to a gas station. If you need gas in the actual, I really wasn't in the city. I ain't gonna lie. I'm suburban. What do I say? But man, you can't fucking get no gas at 2 a.m. in the city because everything's fucking closed. Everything.
Well, don't they have pay up pumps for gas?
I think they had some pumps and stuff, but I mean, if you wanted to go inside, nah, there's nothing.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
There was a couple of like open pumps, but like I noticed them. Oh, okay, because I went to, but the Coney Islands is still open. Thank God. Shout out to Coney Island.
A lot of places the same thing around here where they were closed and they weren't 24-hour, but the pumps were still available.
Yeah, you can still actually get gas, but I just thought like, man, but a lot of them weren't though. A lot of them didn't even have the pumps available, so you had.
That's fucked up. So basically, so basically, it's just no access at all.
Yeah, most of them were no access at all. There was a few that still had the pumps though, but like you. Still
think about. Oh, sorry.
No,
I was going to say, think about this. The White Castles around here aren't 24 hours anymore.
Oh man,
that used to be the popular drunk spot, man. At 2 o'clock in the morning.
That was
get thrown out of the bar.
Yeah,
you know what, man? I do need to one day. Yeah, I need to one day really have like an all out, like a fucking binge meltdown on fucking White Castle, man. Like I really like, yeah, man. Like one day, do it just once. And I haven't picked out on White Castle since I was a little kid, but I think I owe myself with the fucking. I don't give a fuck if it has the cheese or if it doesn't have the cheese. Just give me the little onions in that motherfucker, and let me just
sliders of vinyl.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I'm talking. I would actually like on that one day, and I will do it, and it'll be sooner than later. When I do, I'm saying it's definitely going to be about a good 20, 25 to 30.
Damn.
No shit.
Well, you can get those crave cases, which have about 30 in them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I'm gonna be shitting like you would like.
I was just
believe
thinking
it
that though.
When I'm done, but fuck it, man. For this one time, man, I just want to go. I want to eat something that I just don't really. That I remember, like White Castle, man. Like growing up in like I was born in New Jersey, so growing up, in New Jersey back in the day, and like White Castle was special, man. Even for it to be a fast food restaurant, eating there as a little kid and then leaving New York and coming to Houston and knowing that you don't see that for decades.
Mm-hmm.
I did buy a box from the fucking frozen food department, at the Kroger's. You know what I'm saying? Go to Kroger's, go to the fucking frozen hamburgers. You get to see they got like a fucking I think they have different sizes. They have like a 6-pack, they have like a 12-pack, and I think they have like something a little bigger than that. So I think I got the 12-pack and just fucking microwaved all them motherfuckers and just started just went nuts on them. Yeah, and it was like, damn. Yeah, and then and then the thing is, you remember that these like the little fucking fries with them too. Mm-hmm. So it was like fuck. I wish I had the little fucking fries, but I know they wouldn't taste worth a fuck. So I'm better off with the little burgers. But
onion chips. You go there for onion chips.
What the fuck is that?
I never heard of onion chips because I
ain't never heard of that shit.
Well, it's like onion rings, except they're like little chips that are battered and deep fried. So it's like like onion rings, but think of
hold on. So basically, they're like the little fried pickle chips, but they're onions.
Yeah, something like that, I suppose.
I mean, I know you guys have seen that shit, right? The little, you take the pickled slices.
I fuck with them because I don't like pickles, but I do see what I've seen.
Yeah, it's something like, okay, but with onions. So let me ask you this: is it like putting it in a batter or some shit?
Yeah, it's deep. It's like an onion ring. It's deep fried.
Like an onion
ring.
Oh,
yeah.
That seems pretty cool. See, I haven't been around the White Castle in a little bit too. They got them in Michigan, and I used to, grab some chicken rings, some sliders.
What the fuck is a chicken ring?
Oh yeah, you hadn't came up with
no.
Yeah,
no, I'm for real. What's that?
Instead of a chicken nugget, they just make it into like an onion ring.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
Yeah, the boys is cold.
battered and deep fried.
White Castle updates its menu, so I didn't know about the onion chips because they came along since last time I seen the White Castle. Even though I saw them, we ain't getting none.
So basically, White Castles, they have all the normal shit, and then they have onion chips, and they have chicken rings.
Yeah. They probably got some other shit that I don't know about because they
fuck that. Hey, Baron, pull up a fuck that. Pull up a White Castle menu.
White Castle menu.
Yo.
Y'all need a treadmill. Not more onion rings on God. You're not kidding about me. I got an exercise bike. I gotta hit that today, and I gotta
go with 24. the long suffering. There you go. She's awesome.
Hey, mukbang. That would be dope. And
you know what?
Chicken rings.
Yo,
okay. So just a second here. Let me do a little change here.
All right,
let me get stop that. And all I can sit back and say is, when you do that, we'll need to get that scene from Dumb and Dumber and superimpose your face over the Turbolax scene.
Oh no! Don't film that part.
No, don't do well like that. You know, I do have an old something. Look, I have. Now, I'm not gonna lie. It's sitting in the kitchen. I do have this candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it's a Wonder Woman 1984 candy. It's made by Willy Wonka, if I'm not mistaken. And what it is, it's like it's basically it's golden lasso. So basically, it's like it has like this cream filling candy, and it's supposed to be
cream filling. But go ahead.
No, well, it's supposed to, but it's like it's basically like a fruit roll up kind of thing, but with like this fruit cream that it's in the middle of that shit. It's a Wonder Woman 1984 candy or whatever the fuck. And since I didn't eat it because I was so fucking mad at Wonder Woman 1984, I didn't eat the fucking candy.
He didn't
but it's still fresh in the package. I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna eat that shit when Wonder Woman 3 comes out.
Well, what if it's not? I mean, that's a risk, man.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? I'm
It's content for the channel, though. If you wouldn't want to,
Hey, you know what? The worst that'll happen is I'll have the shits. So, you know what? For some Wonder Woman, from Wonder Woman 1984 candy to be eaten years later for watching Wonder Woman 1980 Wonder Woman 3, I'm gonna go for it, man.
You have to do it on the Kings.
If you ask me would I lick Gal Gadot, yeah, but I don't know about this candy. I don't know about that.
No.
I hope the candy's better than the movie was. I'm with Sox Bulletin. Me too. Me too.
White Castle menu, LOL. Yup.
I got it ready to go.
That movie was.
Oh man, said Wonder Woman was cream.
There you go.
If I was around the
show, yeah. No. Hold on. Because I got it in the kitchen, man. I grab that motherfucker and see what it's. It's we call this. If I'm not mistaken, it's made by the people that do sweet tarts, and it's
maybe it's like a Cadbury sort of thing.
No, well, it's a sweet. It's like like I say, it's more like not like a fruit roll up. It's called like Wonder Woman's Golden Lasso or something like you guys look it up. Wonder Woman 1984 Golden Lasso. Go ahead, Baron. I know you know.
I got the White Castle up.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I tell you what. Will.
There we go.
He's pretty damn grapey based.
So there we got the combo.
Oh yeah, she don't take no. Yeah, she sure is grapey. Just took a whole human's body and put her boyfriend in it.
There's your crave case right there.
Yeah.
Wait. No, man, y'all are going too fast. What the fuck? What?
Oh, I'm trying to get down. There's your crave case.
What is that?
Sliders back.
That's the 30 pack.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
How much is it?
But it's probably different for different restaurants.
Yeah, different areas.
Well, I mean, shit, hell, we don't even got White Castle out here, so let's
No, I don't.
let's dive in.
It doesn't let you click.
They're not. Doesn't let me click. But I was coming down here to the sides, and there's
cheese sliders.
And there's a chicken wing.
They got chicken ring sliders. I didn't know about that. Chicken, crispy chicken.
Oh yeah,
sliders.
Crispy chicken breast sliders.
I didn't
they have a fish slider.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a whole lot.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heart attack combo.
Scroll up a little. Yeah, heart attack combo. Scroll up again. You got the original one cheese.
Yup, that's me. Yup, with the cheese.
Double cheese.
Okay. Yo, I didn't know they had a double.
Yeah.
With and without cheese.
Mm-hmm.
When the fuck? Wait. When did they start coming out with the double?
I feel like the double was around when just came out. But yeah, I don't know how long.
Yeah, it's been around for a little bit.
Man, since
what's a little bit? Like 10 years?
Yeah,
probably about 10 years.
Oh, come on, man. See, I need to like I had to double stack the motherfuckers and out the freezer. I can double stack them out the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, they kind of saved themselves a bread.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. I didn't think about it.
Yep. They saved themselves a bread. So y'all order a double. You saving White Castle a
mozzarella sticks and cheese fries and loaded fries. And they got all sorts of shit. See, White Castle to me was always marketed towards weed heads, and that's why they did that movie. That's why they did that movie to keep that market.
Yeah.
That was always a market towards weed head, dessert on the stick, and greedy motherfuckers. And you can grab a Monster Energy. See, and that's why I always felt the late, because like to me, in my local town, late night White Castle was popping. Like it was line. It was like in a shopping center, so that line would go around the shopping center late night. Throughout the day, nobody went to White Castle. It was for the late night menu. It was for the people coming home from a party or a club who want something to eat, and the stoners, and they knew that. They marketed them. They did all they marketing towards people like that. And shit, I think some people have had weddings in White Castles and shit.
Yes, they have.
What? I never heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
see if I can get a menu up, but I can't get them. I can't seem to get a menu. I mean, where the prices?
Yo, I tell you, man, when I was young, man, I'm talking about, that'd be about 10, 15 years ago. Man, me and my homie, we was trying to get some White Castle, you know what I'm saying? So we went on a mission.
On some Harold and Kumar. And Gobakau, he agrees with me. He said that's the shit you put together stone or even drunk. You know what I mean? That's the shit that you want, like after, like, oh man, I've been smoking, I've been drinking, I've been partying. Man, let's hit the White Castle right quick. Grab some sliders and some shit. And then they add that extra shit. So then you there like, oh shit, I could get some dessert on the stick and some mozzarella sticks. Yeah, I'll take that too. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
Here, maybe I got prices here.
Man, this regional shit gotta go because it's like they need to bring them bitches down south. I don't know what they doing.
Man. Did you read the thing highlighted?
Oh, Baron wanted to get married. He wanted to get married.
Yeah, I did.
I feel you though.
Oh shit!
She said she lost real. She can't suffer that.
There you go. There you go. There's the onion chips right there next to the onion rings.
Man, the food would have been banging. Listen.
Wait. How's that onion chips though? And it looks like a French fry.
Yeah, I was like onion fries.
Yeah, they're kind of like a French fry. They're kind of like that. They're kind of cut, kind of long and battered and fried.
Here's one thing I'm with Baron. Let's keep it real. A White Castle catering will be better than most wedding plates. Come on.
Yeah,
most wedding food and cheaper. Way cheaper. You'll be way better off having a White Castle cake. And people don't want to hear, oh, that's tacky. That's this. Who cares? I'm trying to eat shit.
I agree. I would have loved to have a catered. But my mother-in-law,
probably not wrong. White Castle's phase 2 of Sager's projects. Phase 1 being Planned Parenthood. That's another can of worms for another day. And murk their babies and give them diabetes. White Castle is not helping the obese It's not just giving us diabetes, it's giving the whole Northeast and Midwest diabetes, man.
I just want to have one. I just want to have one night with White Castle, just a one where I can just like, yeah, man. I'll take a 30-pack by myself. Hey, but for real, how much is a 30-pack going for down there, man?
Yeah, let me take a look here. Let me see.
Yeah. Let's. I need a ballpark figure.
Real quick, I think Zach asked what's going on with Culture Crime Fighters. We're there Mondays. We do Mondays now. So 10-pack is
$8.99.
Oh shit!
Let's see. That's for the 10-pack.
Capio, wait. Go down. Capio, what? Damn, White Castle look like that now. Man, they what the fuck?
Oh, they got other shit. Barbecue.
What is that?
Ghost pepper cheese.
Looks like they got a ghost pepper. Yeah.
They got different types
what
of
the fuck is that?
pepper. Yeah, they banging now, man.
I don't even know. Wait, 1920 sweet
barbecue bacon, honey.
Yeah, I guess what they're trying to do is bringing back some of the stuff. Bringing back some of the menu items that they had back in 1921.
Damn, they was on barbecue and bacon in 1921. They was trying to, Cinch and Dildo. I don't think you wrong. This seems like it's trying to attack like hearts and diabetes. You was in 1921. How did y'all know bacon and barbecue was gonna do what it do? And some sweet baby Ray's honey. Come on.
Well, I mean, shit. It looks like they might have
somebody in the lab figured that shit out. Like, we give them some bacon and some honey barbecue. They ain't gonna know what to do with it. They just gonna keep it. They gonna fall the fuck out.
Oh shit.
And then they got the ghost pepper.
Look, their heads wide open. They ain't ready for this shit.
Oh look, hold up, man. The chat is fucking jumping on Baron. Hold up, man. Let me read
what
this.
Am I getting jumped on?
Hold on, man. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Let me read this real quick. That shit was funny as shit. Yeah, Baron. You're fucking getting the left and right. Here you go. Look.
Yeah, Waffle House. That's what they gave the South. Waffle House is dope though. Just don't get shot.
I take back
He's
everything good I said about the chat.
Use it, man. Oh shit, Mrs. Suffering.
Apparently he was not. He was serious. That's what she said.
Socks. One word. Suffering.
I love Mrs. Stuff, not Mrs. Tag. Like you just said, you Mrs. because you gotta deal with better.
I like the one by Dildo there. I just want a White Castle orgy.
Yeah.
A full, basically a mukbang, man. We gotta get this organized.
Yo, fuck it, just fucking microwave about 5 boxes of the motherfuckers from the frozen food department and just do it like that, right? To get them like what? Let me ask you this: if you buy White Castle, I don't give a fuck if it's cheese or no cheese. The motherfucker still tastes good either way. So if you order, what's the most you can get from a frozen box at the supermarket?
I mean, cost wise or the
amount? No, I'm just saying like what's like. If you go like to Kroger's, there's there's a supermarket here called Kroger's. Mm-hmm. You go to Kroger's, you go to the frozen food department. They do have White Castle hamburgers. They got the regular and they got the one with cheese. Mm-hmm. Now, regardless of which one you buy, what's the biggest quantity you can get? Like, is it like a 12-pack, like a 16, or shit? Do they go by 4s? Do they go by 8s, or what is it?
I haven't got one in a while. Because I don't like the frozen ones. They're not the same. Like old man said, it's not the same. I need the real.
I mean, yeah, I know, man. But I mean,
6-pack. I've seen them in 6-packs. I think I may have even seen them 4-packs. And I'm sure there's got to be a larger one than that, but I haven't seen them myself.
Oh, shit. White Castle was the first fast food joint. I feel you. Oh, man. My man. There you go.
Yep, 1921.
So the closest White Castle we have is in Nashville, but we have Crystals. You know what? I think they do have a Crystals out here in Houston.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no bullshit. I think they do have a Crystals out here in Houston because I've heard somebody says, "Hey, let's go to Crystals," and I was like, "No, what the fuck is that?" And they were like, "Well, they serve the little itty bitty sliders," and I'm like,
Is Crystal
anybody.
affiliated with White Castle?
I'm
No,
not sure. I mean, we could.
No, I don't think so. But they're like them. But they're.
I thought it might have been like Checkers rallies. What's it, Hardee's?
Yeah.
What's the other one they got? Carl's Jr. Or some
Carl's
like
Jr., yeah.
regional where it's like in one region is this and another region is that, but it's really the same thing. I thought it was something like that.
Yeah, because Carl's Jr.'s and Checkers are the same motherfuckers.
No, Carl Jr.'s and Hardee's and the Checkers and rallies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. See, I know somebody's connected to somebody, so
yeah. And I'm sorry for being such a fast food snob. We were supposed to talk about Silver Surfer and Michael Keaton, but
I know, man. Look, yeah,
and also it was just,
and the Lost Suffering says no. He was serious about the White Castle.
Actually, Crystals is a knockoff. The guy who started Crystals visited the Chicago's White Castle, took notes, and then did his own.
That was smart. He said, "Fuck it, they ain't got these bitches down here."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Hey, you know what?" Crystal said, Crystal is probably made for you. He was like, "Listen, we can't get White Castle, but some motherfuckers around here who want some White Castle. I'm gonna make Crystals out here. They gonna come out here." Shit, I want to do that with some other shit. Like I want to.
Yeah.
They got this shit called Jets Piece. They got a couple Jets Pieces down here though, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They got them spread out, but they don't really have them like that, man. I want to make my own Jets Piece. I love that shit. I would say I think it's based out of Michigan, but they got them in a lot of places, but they don't have them in a lot of places. Like there's one in Carolina, one here, but it's hard to find. I don't know. And Gober also had a crazy wedding request. He wanted to get dressed as Michael Myers. I think women have this like great, majestic, beautiful wedding idea, and men just want to do crazy shit.
Yeah, like shit. Like me, I got a fantasy. Like when I get married, I want to be a Mogwai. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah.
So just don't feed them after midnight.
Yeah, I'm just saying, so I could be a gremlin all up in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just fucking around. Nah, I'm
Well, I mean, we were watching, that live cam, that Earth Cam thing, and they have sometimes they show the Las Vegas wedding chapel. And the other day we're watching it, and they were having a Halloween themed. The preacher or whatever, instead of being Elvis, was the Grim Reaper, apropos.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. But you know what? I don't think in 1921 they did the ghost pepper cheese.
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think they were that fucking fly.
That's
so.
a new. Yeah,
I'm calling bullshit on the ghost pepper cheese shit.
I'm calling bullshit on that other one. You can't tell me in 1921 y'all had barbecue bacon. No.
Well, I think they might have had
Unless,
bacon, but the barbecue was.
If so, the Illuminati is confirmed. Y'all was advanced to be putting that shit together in 21.
Like, yo, back then they weren't that damn creative. Like, come on.
No, they wasn't. They wasn't that slick. Ghost pepper. Newbot said ghost pepper didn't even exist in 21. That's probably because there's some shit they bred. You ain't just wake up. You ain't create no ghost peppers in nature. Y'all made that shit.
Let me take a look and see your start order. Oh, don't error me,
stuff, bro.
Why is it running me? I'm not. Why is it? Yeah, I'm in Columbus, folks.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, but we down in Columbus,
Michigan. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Here.
fucking sentient. Look at this. Silver Surfer got too fat to surf. They opened the White Castles near his house. Yo,
they don't even have the one that's around here on the. Where is it? That's there should be one right around here. Okay, well, bite me, not you guys. White Castles.
And look at that juicy ass little moist little burger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, you want to see the nutritional information? No, you don't.
Does anyone remember those milkshakes. Microwavable milkshake.
I never heard
What?
of that.
Never.
No,
Never.
it was nasty. I loved them.
Mm.
No, that's
Okay, you were saying the Wonder Woman candy? Okay.
yeah. It was Wonder Woman 1984 candy. It was called Golden Lassos or some shit like that,
Okay.
or Golden Ropes or something.
We're getting the weird area here.
Oh shit! Yeah, you probably shouldn't say. Who knows?
Good thing it ain't called Golden Showers, huh?
It probably was
Golden.
close.
Whoa. What's this? Blow up doll? No, we don't want that.
Duh.
Let's see if I get something off of this one. Wonder Woman. Oh, yeah. Okay, here I found it. I actually found an article about it. Oh, yeah. Sweet Tart celebrates Wonder Woman. Yeah, let me get this pulled.
Yeah.
Which one do I want? This one I can see. This looks like it actually has an actual picture of it. So,
Yo, man,
yeah.
you got a wolf?
Just.
That's
Oh, hi!
He's not a wolf. He's a Samoyed, and he's just in my face. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just put him on camera.
Yeah, he
Now
got
Yeah,
he's trying to pose for the camera a little.
Oh, look at
Now
that.
he laid down.
Yeah, he got a
There's
little
Vigilante
afro.
Pup.
Oh, he's
You
white
know,
chocolate.
Yeah, he just
What a
actually.
cutie.
You're white now. Well, I hopefully you didn't see my pale legs, and then they kind of ashy, so it does look like I'm white. But
No, I'm talking about the dog.
dog, no, he's a cutie. He's a Samoyed named Zeus, Doge.
New Bomb Church says Ghost Peppers didn't come around in the U.S. till the early 2000s.
That sounds about right. Since
That's
don't love Samoyed, yeah, he's a sweet dog.
What's up, New Bomb?
Oh, it's a cute puppy.
Oh,
There we go.
all
I
right, here
got
we
that
go.
found up here. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's
Got it? Okay, so partnership with exclusive candy dispenser. This looks like it's from 2020. Brand's limited edition
Oh.
Golden Ropes. And there it is.
Ah.
Let's see if I can.
Oh shit! So they're like the sweet tart roll. Oh, they might be kind of on point then.
yeah, but then
I've
but
had regular.
what it is
version.
when you bite in the middle of it, they have like this thing in the middle.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. It's like this sweet cream, but like not
Yeah.
quite.
Like
there you
go.
almost
Yeah.
gummy sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see if they sit back and say, "Oh, look at that."
I don't know about what are they doing with the candy?
I don't know.
So they take.
It looks like they have
Wait
like
a
a
minute.
little purse, and then there's the rope. Is it
Wait
that
a
big?
minute.
You were supposed to cosplay with it.
I
Almost.
don't know. I didn't. No. I think that's probably the actual fucking candy. Wait a minute. I didn't know you're supposed to swing because why would they put that with the picture? Why would they put that with the candy if it wasn't something you can actually do with the candy?
Yeah.
So I think they try to get creative. Wait, hold up. Blow
That's
that
probably
shit up.
part of my-
Blow. No, I want to see. I want to see details. Yeah, blow that shit up, man. What's on her hip? You got me. Very.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh,
That's
no.
smart little marketing.
That's the
thing.
biggest I can get. That's the
Wait a
biggest I
minute,
can get it.
Well, you can also zoom in your own.
Wait, no, hold on. So that means, what is she supposed to do with that shit? She holding it like, because she's supposed to be chewing on that motherfucker.
I don't know. I think it's a marketing picture.
No, hold on. Wait a minute. So is there supposed to be like a little bag associated with that candy?
Yeah, here, just a second. Let me call up the other one. See, here it is on this one. See it?
There you go. So you put
so-
the candy. Holy shit.
It
Yo,
looks like it's even segmented there, so you can break off like like an inch or so.
oh, so you're saying that they're connected, but they have like I guess like
Yeah.
little like little cuts in them to where you can actually like pull it off, like you can snap it
Yeah.
off and eat it as you
Yeah.
walk around the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You Westoids be wilding.
The sweet tart strap on.
It is. That's what it is. It's like a sweet tart. Yeah.
yo, what the fuck? Oh shit!
Don't give. They probably will come out with that, but now a sweet tart strap on.
Yeah.
So Kyle says it looks like a colostomy bag sponsored by Wonder Woman.
It does.
Oh boy. Yeah. What is
Sweet
it?
Tart's created the holder in partnership with the film's award-winning costume designer Lindy Hemming. So it was even made by one of the people in the movie.
So basically, the candy that I have is long as shit like that.
It might be.
I got a whole lot of rope to be fucking with then.
Yes. I'm just trying to see if they have anything in there saying that sweet tart, long, short, soft, and chewy. Okay.
Yep.
So it sounds like it might be just like the inside is probably a sweet tart, the chewy in the center, and then of course you got the on the outside. So. Well, I see how they try to eat the rope.
You Westoids be wild in the fucking is that? What the fuck is a Westoid?
We are.
I ain't never heard of shit like that. Hey man, that's funny as shit. You Westoids be wildin'. The fuck is that?
So it's a tropical flavored licorice rope packed with a signature tart flavored center.
Right.
So it's got that tart center. So it's a tropical flavored with a tart center.
Right. That's why I said it had that thing in the middle. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I got a fresh ass pack. Well,
there you go.
It's gonna be. Yeah, I guess.
Anything else? If there's any. I don't see any other pictures or anything. There's bragging about Wonder Woman and all that stuff. So
I guess I need the little red bag to go with my shits. Yeah, I need that motherfucker right there.
You look good with that red bag too.
Yeah, I bet.
It's your color.
I know, right? Shit, it goes with the rosy red cheeks.
Which cheeks are rosy?
Hey. Zachariah, what's up? What?
Now, well, I think if it's still open now, I really got to go down to that candy store, the largest candy store in Minnesota, and see if they got one of those still.
Could have been a rope for the Warner Brothers executives to use when the movie bombed.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, they're saying about bringing it with you to the movie theater. I suppose for the audience that can't stand anymore, they can hang themselves in the theater, too. Have a little bite while they're doing it.
There you go.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some funny shit, man. That was well, I know. We supposed to be talking about some shit, and we just went straight into food and candy.
Well, look at me.
I know, right?
I'm always food and candy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get my weight down, but not so.
I know, right?
Intermittent fasting. At least doing that. So.
Mm-hmm. You know what you need to do is you need to make a little mask for your dog, their Vigilante, to put over the eyes. That way you can have Vigilante pup. And,
Dog-Gilante. Oh, finally on this.
Well, finally we're on that.
I know, right? Yeah. Shit,
So
between
real quick, into this, I've kind of lost a little bit of I don't know what's going on with the Flash thing. They are still coming out with that Flash movie, correct?
Right. Yeah.
But they're talking about replacing them because finally some justice system is apparently thinking about putting 20 years on
26.
26.
Okay, I heard 22, but 26. Yeah, sounds about right.
Give a homeboy, which he deserves more. I mean, shit, he was on some R. Kelly shit for real.
Right. Well, the thing is, they're looking at, it's really what it is. They got him on camera, bro, and they got him breaking and entering and stealing alcohol. But the thing is it with everything that's involved in it, it all accumulates to 26 years of being locked up if he's convicted. The thing is, he pled not guilty He pled not guilty, which they're either going to plea bargain or they're going to take that shit to trial. If they take it to trial, he's fucked, because if nobody's bought off and they fucking put that video to work, that's his ass, because they're going to show him running around breaking into somebody's house. Because they got to. That's how they came to him in the first place. Because they caught him on camera.
Yep.
So the fact that they caught him on camera to begin with, he can't say, "Oh, well, it's not me, motherfucker." That's how they were led to get to you in the first place.
Why would he break into someone's house and steal alcohol?
Man, because he's been wild. If you've been watching my videos, he's been wild.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's on that. He don't give a fuck.
I was more worried about him grooming girls. What about that shit?
No. The thing, he be drunk, he be on the pills, he be doing whatever the fuck, he be high. And then the thing is, he got like on all the, I think he got like 10 acres of land. He be planting weed plants. He got like he's going beyond the government standard of how much weed you should be planting in your shits. Oh, he don't went way beyond that shit, and he got caught with that too. But the thing is, they ain't like with all the grooming and all the other bullshit, they ain't been able to stick nothing to him. But the thing is, they're looking at this like basically like how they caught Al Capone. Basically, they caught Al Capone with the taxes. They couldn't catch him with all the downright dirty shit he was doing. But when it came to the taxes, they screwed him. And this is the thing, they're looking at this as being the same kind of thing with him. Like they couldn't get him with none of the other shit, because a lot of the shit was in different countries, all kind of other stuff in different states. But the thing is, this is the one thing that they've been able to nail his ass to. What are they going to do with it? But I heard that nothing's really going to happen, because the judge is already sympathizing with his mind state, with his he needs mental health shit. So with his mental health,
sentence him to a time in the institution, can't they?
Well, the thing is, the judge is kind of leaning more in his favor of trying to work with him to get him through all this shit than just fucking nailing his ass to the wall.
They can at least sentence him some time, because they have. I don't know what state or whatever, but like they can say, all right, we got Vermont. They let's say, I don't know if it's on their books, but some states they can say, okay, we're not going to sentence you to jail, but we are going to sentence you to a mental institution. New bomb. Are there any left? It depends on the state. I don't know what the state of Vermont looking like.
Oh yeah, we have some institutions left.
Yeah, some states do have institutions. Some states don't. So I couldn't tell you what Vermont's looking like. Where the law? Maybe the law doesn't allow for that. I don't expect him to get 26 years of anything, because he's just too famous, rich, and connected. So it's just not going to be that. But man, you got to eventually do something, because he's like I don't know what's going on with Buddy, man. I've never seen this sort of shit ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, he's going, how can you can't prove that's me? Yeah, we can. We watched you run.
Have you guys ever seen anything like that? Like Ezra Miller? I mean, there were people who could get caught with drugs and maybe drug shit, but he's like, doing violent shit, plus the younger girls that he's basically grooming, plus this, all these different outbursts in different houses. Didn't he put a gun on somebody? It's just a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't think of too many guys, celebrities that did this much. You know what I mean? Some people have way worse individual incidents, but just to have all this different, varied, crazy behavior.
I know. I mean, honestly, I know there was some wild people, and sometime I know there was for a while there was like NBA stars and NFL stars where they were caught stealing people's phones. It's like, you're multimillionaires. What are you doing stealing cell phones for?
Well, a lot of that's because they don't want what's on that camera to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
They did some crazy. Trust me, they have much rather take a stealing phone charge rather you see them, whatever the hell they just did. Shit, you wouldn't be. You're closer to the mark than you should be. How about that?
Well, yeah, I realize that we got Wisconsin next door to us. So
yeah, we're the crazy planet, man. Some of these rich, powerful people have some weird stuff going on with them.
No means no. No means no.
Oh, boy. Speaking of rich, powerful people, Michael Keaton. That's back.
Okay,
An hour in. We're actually going to talk about the story.
So this is from comicbookmovie.com. It looks like it was bylined by a Daniel Klissman. Boy, he's got a lot of S's and M's in there. I guess he's in S&M. Michael Keaton was reportedly paid $2 million for a cameo-like role in Batgirl. Michael Keaton was expected to appear as Bruce Wayne / Batman in Batgirl, which was ultimately canceled. Now it's been reported that the actor was paid $2 million for the role. Michael Keaton will return as Bruce Wayne Batman in The Flash after playing the character in the 1989 Batman and 1992 Batman Returns. Following that, he was set to appear in HBO Max's Batgirl, which starred Leslie Grace in The Heights as Barbara Gordon. However, the movie was canceled earlier in 2022. After the cancellation, the Rap's Humberto Gonzalez claimed that Batgirl would have depicted Keaton's Batman as being retired and that he wouldn't be in the movie much, describing him as a pivotal cameo. Now, the actor's salary for the scrapped film has reportedly been revealed. In an article discussing actors' salaries for superhero roles, The Hollywood Reporter stated that Michael Keaton was paid $2 million for his appearance in Batgirl. Per THR, the actor's role was small, and it was described by sources as a glorified cameo. While that may sound like a high sum for such a role, it makes sense given Michael Keaton's status in the entertainment industry. The actor is one of Hollywood's most recognizable performers, having crafted a career comprised of large-scale projects like Spider-Man: Homecoming and Morbius, as well as smaller-scale movies such as Birdman, Spotlight, and The Founder.
Just sitting here listening to that, I haven't read the article, so this is my first time. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like the magic with this is, hearing it for the first time and having an initial reaction to what the fuck this is. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing with this is that not only did he get pulled, not only did he get messed over with this, but also with the Aquaman movie. He was supposed to be showing up at the end of Aquaman, and they ended up doing the reshoots and putting Ben Affleck in his place. Mm-hmm. So basically, when it comes down to Ezra Miller, the way he fucked off and did all and got caught up with all this shit, and they kept having to push his movie back and back, just because his movie was supposed to, like, before even Black Adam, his movie was supposed to be the movie we supposed to have seen, if I'm not mistaken, by now.
Yeah, we're supposed to go on May.
Yeah, we were supposed to have seen We were supposed to have seen the Flash movie,
and didn't see Black Adam now. Like, it's the second,
right? Actually, even before Black Adam, there was the Shazam and Aquaman. Like, all these movies got pushed back, and then they started swapping release dates for these movies, with each other. Like, hey, we're not gonna release Aquaman on this date. We're gonna release this movie, and we're not gonna release this movie. We're gonna release that movie, and then we're gonna take the Flash and put them all the way to the fucking end of June of 2023. It's supposed to be June 23rd, 2023. So it's like, well, damn. You look at it and see, so that's how bad this thing had. Maybe it might have been for the better that he had fucked up so much, because from what I heard, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say if the Flash would have came out a few months ago, Michael Keaton would have been the definitive Batman to some degree, because to the point where Ben Affleck would have been he would have been fucked over or whatever. Then you would have seen Michael Keaton with his supposed to be appearances in Batgirl and in Aquaman, and probably setting him up to where he would have retired. Batgirl would have taken his place, and basically when he retired, you were going to see Terry McGinnis come up for Batman Beyond, because that's another thing they're trying to work him into, is being that grumpy ass Bruce Wayne in the future, and him being replaced by a young Terry McGinnis, for a Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
So they are looking for Michael Keaton for that at some point. But to be honest, he's supposed to have a bigger role in what was supposed to be happening in the DCEU right now. And the fact that Ezra Miller fucked up in the way that he did, he got cut out of the Aquaman movie. He got cut out of Batgirl. And then, to be honest, from what I heard, what was supposed to happen in Batgirl is different than what was just described in this glorified cameo for Michael Keaton. What I've heard was that he was actually supposed to get killed in this movie. And shit. Batgirl was supposed to take over.
Oh, that would.
I think it's the same thing. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Basically,
they were like when they were doing some of the test screenings, and that's the thing. Like they had different outcomes for different things, and they're doing that a lot with a lot of different movies. So in one, he gets killed, and she takes over. He gets killed, and she takes over as being the main motherfucking Gotham, taking on all the fucking villains.
What you said makes a lot more sense, not just for this, but a lot of the mixed reporting we get. Like, there's multiple cuts of all these movies. They test screen all these cuts. That's why we hear, this is supposed to happen in that movie, and then it doesn't. You're like, what? Because it was a different cut that we didn't see.
Right.
Okay.
It's like originally Robin was supposed to be in the first the 89 Batman film. I don't think they never filmed it, but it was scripted out to be in there.
I do know that. So I guess my thoughts are like, it's funny because I think Newbomber asked, what's the problem with him getting $2 million? But now I see that the angle, and I'm glad he got $2 million. At least he gets some from his trouble.
Right.
But your angle was, hey, he was supposed to have a bigger role, and because they have to kind of shut this Flash shit down, they have to shut his role down, and now they're going back with Ben Affleck.
Right.
And it because of Warner Brothers being Warner Brothers, and this is their fourth owner in 10 years, and they've now transferred ownership yet again, maybe to do it yet again in another 2 years because they're fucking Warner Brothers.
Right.
There's a different regime with a different. It looks like this regime is going all in with the Snyderverse. No, now Black Adam is already or not all in, but they're Henry Cavill's back.
Right.
Black Adam is now a hit. That's already made like 70-80 million. So you're already.
Well, I don't know. Well, the thing is,
it's the early reporting is
right.
Well, it goes on, but I mean, it's already gotten pretty good. A decent first week for the past. It's a solid first week.
Well, the thing is, it's like, man, there's so much stuff that's been going on in the last week with this whole, with The Rock. You got to think like when you watch the first trailer or two that came out for Black Adam.
Yeah,
they had they had basically they showed Superman. Okay, what was that? Was it D23 that The Rock showed up?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, D23, The Rock shows up, right? And he's The Rock is going to be the Black Adam's going to be this force in the DCEU and all this other shit, and he's coming with that wrestling bullshit, that talk, that hype shit, and he comes off with the trailer, right? And when the trailer pops off, you see a Superman show up with his head cut off. So basically, they did the same shit in that D23 trailer that they did with the end of Shazam, where Superman shows up, but you see him from the neck down.
Yeah.
So they did the same shit, and that's why The Rock got booed on stage. You heard about The Rock getting booed during D23?
I didn't hear about that.
No, I didn't hear that.
Actually, you can fucking pull it up right now. The Rock gets booed from D23 because he was saying, hey, we're going to have Superman. And when they showed off that fucking trailer and it wasn't Henry Cavill, people started booing.
People love him. They do love him. There's no doubt about it.
He's a star even outside of Superman. So it's crazy that they're not putting him that took this long to make him Superman again.
So
he's one of us.
So basically what you hear is for the last 6 years, The Rock has been fighting to get Henry Cavill back as Superman, right? So whatever happened between D23 and them saying, hey, we got to go in to do reshoots for Black Adam, and they actually really put Henry Cavill in the movie, and that's what we saw in the leaks that came out in the last like few days. What what happens is they say that they've been fighting for Henry Cavill for the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, when Henry Cavill actually comes back at the end of the Black Adam movie, now you have the Snyderverse folks review bombing Black Adam because of Henry Cavill, for the simple fact that Zack Snyder's not involved.
Really?
So that's a whole nother twist to what's going on to this shit here, because now,
do they not see what's happening by putting Henry Cavill
back?
I'm telling you, just so marked out.
Because the thing is they're tripping against Henry Cavill because they're like, yo, you're like, it's like basically he's a sellout for coming back without Zack Snyder.
Listen, I don't even like Snyder, but there's a new regime. They're more likely to bring Snyder back now than ever.
Actually, they say they're not bringing him back because everything he's involved at this point is too much drama.
Well, you know what? You know what that means? And I hope I don't get fucking killed and doxxed by these guys. It means that you guys really are the toxic fans that everyone thought you were. That's what it really means. Because otherwise, and I do remember Rock getting booed at the Royal Rumble. That I do remember.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I could see the Snyder. I don't like Zack Snyder, but his universe has now proven to have some success. And I think if they weren't so crazy, I think they would have brought him back. You know what I mean? If you're going to bring Henry Cavill back, you might as well get the whole band back together. And now it seems like they've ruined that. And I guess it's just one of those get what you fucking deserve. I still want to see some of the elements of the Snyderverse brought up. Or some of the plans that were thought of as far as Batman himself. If we're going to have Ben Affleck Batman, let's get this Deathstroke Batman. Now he knows the secret identity. Let's get Deathstroke fucking with Batman in a movie or a series or something.
Well, I mean, just because you don't have Snyder in it, doesn't mean you can't have it the quote unquote Snyderverse.
Yeah.
Just keep it with that and work with a plan in that area. And that's the important thing, is have a plan, and don't copy Marvel. Don't copy Marvel at all.
Yeah.
Go your own way.
And the thing is, with all the people that were trying to cancel Zack Snyder under the old Warner Brothers regime, they now those same people see that The Rock is about bringing back the elements of the Snyderverse. So so basically you see a lot of that and that's why a lot of them, the reason why he's the review bombing, there's a few things going on with this. From what I understand, there's people that are upset with The Rock because what it is since it's supposed to take place in Kahndaq and Black Adam's supposed to be Egyptian and all this other shit, they don't have enough Middle East. Basically, they wanted real life Middle East situations being handled by Black Adam, and the fact that none of that was involved in his movie was like I've seen a lot of the reviews. Some of the reviews were saying that, hey, we don't like this movie because he doesn't address real world Middle Eastern issues. So I'm being for real.
I know you're being for real. I'm not talking that to you.
Right.
So this gives us hope because it sounds like it's not us that's doing it. It's the same woke wankers out there.
Well, it's
the same ones who would never watch it anyways. They wouldn't want to watch it.
A lot of people coming at it. You got
I
see what this is. This shitstorm. Even though the movie seems like it's doing well, but it's just you got different people with different agendas. You got like you said, Snyder fans. We want Snyder, so we hate this. You got the
So basically,
we hate this.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. So basically, you have those people that are looking at it from the Middle Eastern aspect of it. So it's getting hit from that. Then you got the people that are looking at it from the Snyderverse aspect, and they're looking at it, because Zack Snyder's not back. Plus, you have people that you still got the same critics that were sitting there dissing Snyder on why he got fired from Warner Brothers to begin with, and then all that shit that they're hating on The Rock trying to bring back his style of the DCEU back into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, you know, like basically The Rock is coming with some Snyder type shit. Well, we don't want you here with that.
Well, these people are insufferable. When I saw the remastered trailer, I said, "Oh, they're bringing some of that Snyder energy into this." You know what I mean? Because they showed that original trailer where they find him and he beats up everybody, kills everybody,
right?
And it looked totally different the first time. The second time when it's remastered for this hype cycle, I'm like, this looks like something Snyder might have done. So he's bringing back the actual like aesthetics and the energy.
The feel, right, all
feel.
That, right.
And they're like, oh, we don't want it because he's not involved. It's like, come on, bro. What do you?
Right.
You guys are insufferable.
So basically, you have the fanboys that are hating on it because Cavill is back at the end of it. And Snyder's not involved. Then you got the critics hating it because the Black Adam feels like a Zack Snyder movie.
Man, so this is not
and then you got the haters about the whole Middle Eastern shit. And then, you know, so basically, man, this thing is getting hit. It's getting rocked from all different kind of directions, man, for all different kinds of reasons. Yeah, and then from your regular comic book, like, you know, guys like me and you and the rest of us, you know, it's like, you know, from what I'm hearing, basically it doesn't the story is softened ass. Basically, the story is lacking on a lot of different levels. But from what I hear, the thing is action packed, and for what the story doesn't have, I heard it makes up in all the shit that goes on in the movie. And basically, it was meant for all the fanboys to give everybody a superhero movie about some superhero shit going on, some real fighting, some real action, not people trying to preach at you, not the shit that we've been getting for the last few years with the woke shit, like give you and whether the story's not the story's not the greatest, it's trying to give you the action that that we haven't been getting, and that's basically what Black Adam is trying to ride on. It's trying to ride on, well, we're not trying to preach at you, but we're trying to give you some shit where motherfuckers is fighting from beginning to end, all kind of shit's happening, boom, 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 and and for different reasons, like I say, for all the shit that I've been telling you about, it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Listen.
Well,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say it's like going back to the 1980s. I mean, not every film was the greatest one, but you can still go to the film and enjoy it for what it was. And if they're not going out there doing the preaching, some people didn't like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade as much as Raiders of the Lost Ark, but it was still an enjoyable movie to watch. You could go and see it and not be insulted or think that you wasted the the $7 or whatever it was and whatever it is now. And, it sounds like that's what this Black Adam is. It's like, yeah, it's not the best one out there, but it's still fun. It's a superhero movie that we've been all asking for. It's a popcorn film.
Right.
You want a popcorn film that's a superhero movie. Again, don't look too deep. It's a superhero movie. Yeah. And that's what we've been clamoring for. That's what we've been begging for. I've been wanting something like the 1989 Batman, again, where you watch it and it's like, this is like I'm flipping the pages, each different scene.
Yeah. And man, that's all I want, man. You said 80s. I'll take this. It almost sounds like a late 2000s, early 10s movie with The Rock in it. It is not this. I'll take that right now. You've whittled me down. I would have criticized it then, like, oh, another one of these. But now, as much as superhero content is kind of overblown, we haven't had a ton of really good, fun, dumb popcorn action movies.
So basically, it's the superhero version of The Mummy.
I'll take it
with Brandon Fraser, where it's nothing like shit's going on. The story's not the greatest, but it's action packed from beginning to end. But people wanted to either be so much more, or they wanted so much more to be added to it, or it wasn't enough because it's one thing or another, and it's just like this fucking movie's being destroyed, and it's not being looked at for what the fuck it simply is.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, listen, I get critiquing it too, because I mean, if you know, this is the corporate slide. Yeah, you can watch it for free. Me and my brother, but you know what it is? I haven't gone to the movie theater. Shit, I don't go to the theater that much. My brother just asked maybe next week going to check it out. Next weekend or something. Yeah, it's like there's like 3 or 4 movie theaters right by me, and I've been wanting to go.
Right.
It's an excuse to go get popcorn, watch a movie. I'm not expecting this to be Shakespeare.
I mean, the last one I saw was Dune, and I'm waiting for the sequel to come out. But this sounds like a very tempting film to watch. It's like what I'm hearing is your superhero popcorn film. It's not like the Marvel films where they pretend to be a superhero film. And yeah, I'm saying that, and just watch what the recent ones is.
Actually, the recent ones, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I love Thor. I love the original Thor movie, but then you had J. Michael Straczynski that wrote it. You had Kevin Branagh who directed it, and it was, I love that one. I thought that was a very good Marvel film. It's like now we're talking about a superhero film, but it's gotten away, especially when you got that dork. What's his name? Who did Serenity and Firefly? Josh Whedon.
Josh Whedon.
Yeah, Josh Whedon.
Everybody thinks that Josh Whedon now.
Yeah, well, he sucks. I was never impressed with him. I know Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a good show and all that, and some of the other stuff. But really, he is higher than JJ. But again, he's not. Doesn't walk on water.
He ruined dialogue. I can't stand modern dialogue in anything. In anything, it's everywhere. Everyone is the smartest, snarkiest asshole. It's like shut the fuck up and talk like a human and keep the story moving instead of. Everyone talks like they're an Instagram post in a movie now or in a TV show, and it's because of him.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I think the last thing I think he did that was good was Firefly, and
well, the Avengers, the first one.
Well, I didn't like the first one.
Really, I love that.
I really didn't like the first one. I sat down and I was just underwhelmed. And you know what? That Mark Ruffalo, whatever, I think he sucks. He's Mark a horrible banner.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he sucks.
Edward Norton was actually much better, but I mean, he didn't want to do it. I wonder if he regrets that.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe partially does, partially doesn't. It's like a double-edged sword. Like, I could have probably made a little bit more money doing that, but that's why he was in Birdman. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was kind of like both him and Michael Keaton's lament of doing superhero movies, where it's like, this isn't really what I got into acting to do. I kind of got into acting because I like the art of acting, but I can make more money doing this. It was cool. That's why I like that movie. Outside, it's really cool. Talk about art.
But the thing is, Batman '89 was art. Yeah, it was a superhero. It wasn't art. It was the film was just beautiful all the way across. It just happened to be a superhero movie. It was art. It was beautiful. It sucked you in. It did everything that a movie needed to do. I didn't like the Batman Returns. I'm not a fan of Batman. I did not like how they did the Penguin. I did not like how they did the Penguin.
Really?
It just bothered me.
It was Tim Burton. It was way more Tim Burton than the first one.
Right.
And if you don't like that stuff, then I get it.
Well, the thing is Henry Cobblepot, was supposed to be a little more dapper. He was forced to have the umbrella because his aunt forced him because someone died of a cold. So everyone made fun of him, and he turned into a moniker. He didn't have webbed hands or was mutant or anything like that. He was just a pissed off little guy running around with the Napoleon complex.
Yeah, Newbaum doesn't like the Nicholson Joker. I'm a fan of the Nicholson Joker.
I am too. I thought he did a great job.
Off topic, what did you think of The Batman? Which I didn't like the movie, but I really liked the Penguin.
I have not seen The Batman yet. I
think that movie's so overrated.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you, Vidge. Like, and I mean, and I'm gonna be honest. When it came to Batman himself, there was a few things about him that were cool.
Yep.
But then those few things that were cool wasn't enough for me to be like, yo, that motherfucker's the man. Like, it just wasn't enough, man. And it's just and it's like his approach to Batman was different, and some of the shit he didn't make any sense. Like give an example, man. Like him walking and people hearing him coming, and then what it was, the whole point of that was for that when you hear the boom, boom, and you hear it getting louder and louder, it's like it's the fear of knowing that something's coming. You don't see it, you can hear it, and it's getting louder and louder, and you know it's coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Batman, I don't give a fuck what Batman all the Batmans I've ever seen wouldn't go through that kind of trouble to make noise. He'd come in sneakily and fucking get you from behind. And I don't give a fuck. Every Batman I know would rather stealthily come get your ass than fucking make all that noise and let everybody know that you were there fucking there.
Or if we did make a noise, to make a noise, it was a distraction.
Yep, or something like that. You're right. You got both right.
And then another thing is there was where they came in and he stood there while they shot at him and they fucking unloaded on him and he stood there and he took the bullets. Batman ain't gonna stay. The only time Batman will get shot on, and he'll sit there and take the bullets and like head on and just stand there and be like for target practice, is if somebody snuck up on him and he didn't see it or some shit. Like sometimes, I've read comic books where even a fucking little fucking street punk or whatever would fucking sneak up on him.
Yeah.
If somebody lets something off and catches him slipping, fucking that happened to Batman from time to time. He gets caught slipping.
Yeah,
right. Batman's never been fucking 100% perfect to where whatever the fuck he did, nothing's never happened to him. Hell, when he first met fucking Jason Todd fucking stole the wheels off the fucking Batmobile.
Yeah.
And he was a little kid. So
and that's the important thing about it. He had, we can't have flaws in our heroes. Daisy Ridley saying that my character has Ray has no flaws and all that. That's what makes it boring. Batman having flaws makes it even more impactful. And you can sit back and go, Bats, what were you doing?
I wish they would give Batman more flaws. Sometimes they Mary Sue him too, because he's he's Batman, so he can just do stuff. He's supposed
to. That was the reason why they had Robin. Robin was the one that grounded him to point out where he was not where he was fucking up, to where it's like he's like, hey, you could have done this in a better. He was like, right. It was Robin was the more human side of what he was fucking fighting for, to point out to him like, hey man, it's not, we don't got to always handle it like this or like that. And, it's like, I don't know, sometimes, it takes for a child or sometimes maybe a woman's perspective or some other shit to
soften it. Like, hey, you don't have to break this dude's arm. You could just punch him in the face.
Right. Or make you look at some shit in a different way, So yeah. It's yeah.
And a little bit more divorced to the situation. You can see a little bit more where Batman can sometimes be a little myopic in his, going out for his justice. And it's like Robin would be there. Not only Robin our eyes into the universe, but he was also there to help keep Batman grounded, sounding board, stuff like that. It's like, it's like, it also be that reminder where he can just look at his little buddy and go, oh yeah, that's right. There's a little bit more to this world than this.
Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Batman, and I agree. There were some different directions. Like, then there was just so much nonsensical stuff with the plot. It's not terrible, but it's just really overrated. There were some cool things. I do think that was an intentional thing of him walking, obviously, because they were trying to play up the fear element in that scene where they had different people running from shadows. But you're right, that's not consistent with how he's been.
No, hell no.
They were trying to do their own different things, and it was other stuff. He didn't feel like they tried to make him feel like a detective, but at no point was he ever ahead on the game. He didn't feel like a real detective.
Right.
He felt like an idiot. And I didn't.
Go on, Fitch.
I didn't want to see another year one story, and they did do another year one story. I need to see a more fully developed Batman, please.
Right. And the thing is like even in '89, where he wasn't making noise, but you just see him coming down behind the bad guy. It's like forget that visual is sometimes much more impactful than the sound.
Right.
And they don't realize that. They don't realize that the visual is just as important. The visual can sometimes be more impactful. It's like the end of Return of the Jedi when Darth Vader throws, the Emperor down, and Lucas had to ruin it by having him go, no, you ruined. It was more impactful a silent Vader picking him up and throwing him over.
Yeah,
it was like, whoa, what's going on here? The note distracted you from what was going on, the visual, the importance of that scene.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the current direction of the DCEU, which is really what this is talking about Michael Keaton, but he's kind of like a bellwether for the current direction of where the DCEU is going.
Man. Yeah.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good. It's another man, and I wonder if the rumor is Warner Discovery is already sold to NBC, right? That's the rumor, and they're just waiting for the 2 years for it to be legally binding.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that if that is the case, that the current regime is acting on their behalf, that we're not going to see in 2 or 3 years another shift. Like, as long as there is a consistent, because they haven't gone in one consistent direction yet. They started off with their first mistake was not tying in any DCEU to the end of the Dark Knight trilogy. Okay, you didn't want to do that. Next year, you start completely fresh. You come up with Man of Steel. Then you do BVS. You do it out of order. You don't establish everybody. Then you do Justice League. Then you do it twice. Then you do the spinoff movies with Wonder Woman and Aquaman,
right.
Shazam. And they do actually some good. Now Black Adam later on. It's like everything has been hodgepodge, start, stop. Now we got a different Batman universe and a different Joker universe that has nothing to do with that. Both will probably have sequels. God knows how you're supposed to get a normal person to understand what's going on with the canon. So, just have a direction. If you don't, in 2 or 3 years, sell to NBC, and then we got to redo all this stuff, and we're still talking about it. Just keep whatever direction you're going, play it out, please.
Right. I mean, as it goes with that all, it sounds, that was where they're trying to copy Marvel. And, but then you have one group that wants to copy Marvel. It seems like one group that doesn't want to copy Marvel. And, they're not talking. They're going their own way, mismanaged in the whole thing. I mean, as it goes, with Michael Keaton, I would love to see a Batman Beyond, or even if they decide to do a Dark Knight Returns. And do that I would love that with Michael Keaton. With Michael Keaton. And, if they do that as a mini-series on HBO or, wherever it ends up going, I would love to see that. That'd be awesome. The animated one was good enough, but,
we'll see.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, the Dark Knight Returns thing, that's kind of like what happened in Batman versus Superman.
Right.
That's when he came with the metal suit, and he was talking. He sounded like a robot, and all that.
And it didn't make sense.
And that actually was cool as fuck. When Ben Affleck was talking, he had that robot voice. I was like, oh shit, like damn.
But it didn't have the same weight because it's not like
right. It was.
Right.
It's like if he was going to come with that. Yeah, they did it at the wrong time, man.
Right.
But it was cool to see it.
Yeah.
But it had no place in what was. Yeah.
Which is one of Snyder's things. He can make cool stuff, but doesn't know when to place it. But go ahead, Barrett. I'm sorry.
Right. Go. As it goes, the reason why Batman went after Superman and Dark Knight is because Superman sold them all out.
Yeah.
They were friends, and there was a falling out. Oliver Queen wanted a piece of him, too, because he lost an arm.
Right.
And had the kryptonite arrows. It doesn't make sense for Batman versus Superman because,
there's no build-up. There's no weight.
There's no build-up. Yes.
No. Yeah, it was basically they became enemies out of nowhere.
Right. Which doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Batman versus Superman is Batman getting mad over what happened in the Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, Batman v Superman is basically Batman's reaction to the Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, the thing is, it wasn't enough that was warranted for Batman, for the movie to come off that way, even though, you could understand that Bruce Wayne was was pissed off. The thing is, Bruce Wayne was in what? He was in Metropolis.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, weren't you supposed to be in fucking Gotham City?
Right.
Well, one story element, they were supposed to be like sister cities where they're supposed to be.
Right. I know. Yeah. I understand that. Yeah. It's just weird. It's like, okay, this one day Bruce Wayne is in fucking Metropolis, fucking doing business, and that's the day that fucking Superman and fucking General Zod fucking go head to head, and shit goes down. People died. And we don't find that out in the Man of Steel movie. We find that out at the beginning of Batman v Superman, and then we see, okay, that's why Batman has a fucking chip on his shoulder against Superman.
Right.
Since General Zod is dead, you can't take it out on his ass. So, he goes after Superman, and then come on, man. It's like,
I mean, when I was growing up, I always believed that Gotham was New York and Metropolis was Chicago.
I kind of thought something like that too.
Yeah, and because it's so close to Kansas too, so it made
that made sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And where was I going to go with it? You had those two things, but I was going to go somewhere, man. I don't know where I derailed myself again, boys and girls.
No worries, man. No worries. Newbound's right. He did have a Wayne Industry building in Metropolis. That it was people he worked with. That was supposed to be the connection. Oh. But I mean, even I don't remember. In and of it. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, when John Byrne redid Superman back in the 80s, when they did the whole facelift for DC Comics and did a fantastic job doing it, in my opinion. He did do the Batman Superman first time together, and Superman's going to Gotham because of this wild vigilante, and going to arrest him. And Batman goes, well, if you do anything to me, one innocent person in this town is going to blow up. They're going to have a bomb on them. They do the whole thing, and then afterwards he goes, well, we got this all done, but we have that situation with a bomb. He goes, yeah, that's me. I'm the one that has the bomb. Wouldn't it have been much more impressive that way? The head game?
You know what? Here's the thing. BVS in and of itself was a rewrite of Man of Steel. It was. That's why they had him react, because everybody who saw Man of Steel, or a lot of people who saw Man of Steel, said, wow, Superman really put a lot of people in danger. That's not like Superman. And so they had to make a reactionary element to that. They never had a straightforward direction. Because if you did have a straightforward direction, BVS wouldn't be your second movie. You would have went Man of Steel. You would have went Man of Steel 2. Maybe have Batman mentioned in it. You know what I mean? Maybe have some of these characters mentioned. But that would have been it. And then you would have started doing the spinoff movies and led to Justice League. That's how you would have did it. BVS really should be something toward the end of the series after you had to build up, or the middle, like similar. If we're going to use the Marvel thing, which is a bad thing because they're not Marvel, you're DC. But like Civil War wasn't the second movie they did in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was like the 10th. You know what I mean? You built up to Civil War, so then you build up to a BVS. So it's like, oh, there's a reason we've seen these guys be friends but butt heads for 3 or 4 movies, and then maybe do a World's Finest as the sequel to that. Like, okay, they butted heads, now they're on the same page, and we get to see them work together. That would have been a natural progression. That's not what they did. And then there's other things they could have did. I'm just, spitballing here. But just having a natural progression. That's why I said what I said about just have a direction. Do 4 or 5, 6, 7, whatever many movies or projects or series on whatever, and have them be coordinated and go towards something and pay that off. Do that. Do that. If you guys can do that, then you can move on and do all this other crazy.
Actually, that's a damn good idea. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, guys, Warner Brothers, hire Veg. He's got his shit together.
I could do it. I could do. Well, I don't know if I can do everything because I don't go to Eyes Wide Shut parties. But on the base level,
bring me along. I'll help you.
Man, I think we can set it up. He must smoke mad weed.
That wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah, man. Just keep it simple and just keep the story beat simple. Keep all the elements.
And like you say, the reason why it's like, like I said, it just wasn't enough to see Batman fight Superman behind this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, You know, there's supposed to be more build up behind seeing both of these motherfuckers, you know, go head to head like that. And it wasn't worth it, man. That's why it kind of fell flat because it came out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, damn, Batman shows up for the first time, but when he shows up, his beef was with Superman.
Yeah, his first
out of here.
Superman's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. It's like we don't get to see Batman by himself the first time ever. No shit like that. The first time we see Batman, he's trying to take out Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? Like who the fuck? You know, I don't know, man. Like, damn. Batman's first outing is him. He ain't trying to take out he ain't trying to fight the Joker, the Penguin. He ain't Scarecrow. Fuck all that. None of that shit. His first outing in the DCEU is going after Superman.
First thing.
Damn. Let's introduce Bruce Wayne as trying to fucking kill Superman. All right. You know, he got the spear and shit, and it's Martha and all this other shit. Like, come on, dog.
Mm-hmm.
They could have
Get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, and you know, become Batman v Superman. You know, there's a Wayne's, you know, industry, some building, whatever the fuck is out there in Metropolis. It gets smashed in. People get hurt. Batman's, you know, Bruce Wayne gets mad, and all of a sudden, it's time for Batman to fucking step in. What?
No,
and this is how we fucking, out of everything that we've ever seen of Batman, this is how we get introduced to Batman in the DCEU.
Right.
Dog, that's shitty, man. That's why
the movie should have been, they butt heads when they first come together, just like I was saying about when they were first introduced back in the reboot of the 80s, but they work together and they come to, at the end, hey, no, I'm a detective, you're the cop, you know, we can work together. We're on the same side.
Are you laughing at New Bomb and Cinch Dildo with their strain names?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotham Kush, Batberry Kush.
Guanoberry.
Guanoberry.
Gotham Kush. Batberry Kush.
Anyone who's up on strain names, they are all insane anyway. Like,
Guanoberry.
Death Star.
Yo, you guys are wild and shit.
Hey, I got some blueberry.
Blueberry.
I got some blueberries. Oh, the cereal, because it's Halloween season. I love blueberry.
Yeah. Blueberry.
Holy shit!
When I saw Batberry Kush, I saw the blueberries.
Yeah. But yeah, I think anything. They shouldn't have even done BVS as the second one. And if they are going to do it, like you said, do it where not they're versus each other. Yeah, they can butt heads a little bit because they're just meeting, but eventually that's got to be that coming together. You know, do a World's Finest sort of thing.
Right.
I still do want to see a World's Finest. You've already done Batman versus Superman.
I mean, you know, and actually that would work. You know, the thing is, like right now, you know, to bring them both back, it's like there shouldn't be no more beef at this point, man.
No.
Motherfuckers should be fucking good friends at this fucking point. And you know what? The thing is, the real thing between Batman and Superman, it's not all this fucking fighting and all this beef shit, man. They had their differences, but the thing is, these two guys, out of all the fucking heroes, these two guys were the best of friends. And you know, I don't know what the fuck it is with DC that they don't want to. They rather show both of these guys fight each other than show that, hey man, these dog as a team, Batman and Superman, dog, you can put them against. I don't give a fuck. They're unstoppable, man.
Yeah.
Because Batman could take out the whole Justice League by himself, but just think Batman and Superman on one dog. That's what made World's Finest so hectic, man.
Yeah. One was the detective, did the detective work. The other one was basically the cop and did the heavy work. I mean, they worked together. Great.
Yeah, it's like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, and
exactly.
They respect each other's approach and they complete everybody. They complete each other in their approach. But you know what? That spins off of the kind of I've said this the entire time I've had this channel or had a channel on YouTube about how they've killed Superman years and years ago when they started doing evil Superman, and even if it was the Boys comic, even if it wasn't actually DC, it was all these. It's like I say this again, not just the Boys and what was the other comic?
I mean, dude. I mean, look. I'm gonna tell you something, man. When it comes to Superman,
Red Sun,
Right.
Yep,
You got all those.
Just said it.
Yep, the Red Sun. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, Red Sun. Mm-hmm.
You also have what's that? Oh, Flashpoint Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, it's like he
was weakened, right?
Yeah, he was like,
but my point was, I wanted to get finish my point. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like they kept trying to destroy Superman and make him evil, and make an evil Superman in different depictions, both in DC and other people interpreting Superman. And I think that's made it so like they don't want to see Superman as a hero anymore. They want him to be the villain. They want Batman to be the hero that stops him. That's been the past 10 years of DC. They've done 2 Injustice games and a bunch of comics about it, and then a movie about Injustice. So they've done that. They've pushed that. They've pushed the shit out of that, man. They pushed the shit out of it.
I mean, it's no longer true justice in the American way. Yep. I mean, honestly. I mean, Superman was started by 2 Jewish lads who weren't doing the best, financially or anything like that. They created this because he embodied what they believed in America. Truth, justice, and the American way. And that's what Superman was about. Chuck Dixon had a big thing about that. He wrote about it. About superheroes.
Does help add to it, I think. And
so, I mean, Superman, in my opinion, is still my hero. I mean, he's not a bad guy. The only one you have is Bizarro. Bizarro Superman.
And now that I think about it, you were kind of right, 24. I was wrong. Flashpoint does, because it's just as making him weak. It wasn't quite the same direction, but it's another attack on Superman. That's before they made him, LGBTQ, and then put a red. Well, his son LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Put a red hot poker up his, what.
Right.
And after 18 issues, what happened to it?
Cancellation. That's what always happens.
Right.
No one was buying it.
And it wasn't meant to be ball. It's meant to be virtue signaled.
Yeah, well.
But
they thought they were going to sell.
They keep destroying Superman, and that's what fucks up their relationship. That was my point. But go ahead, man. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, you didn't cut me off. I think I cut you
off.
Oh. We cut each other off.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like we need to get that truth, justice, American way back. There's nothing wrong with that. People are ashamed of that. It's like, no, that's what Superman. That's he's red, white, and blue. He's our protector. He is our hero. Batman is the one that hides in the shadows, and obviously, was inspired off of people like the Shadow and other Zorro and all that. But he's that one that stalks the night and protects us. And there's nothing wrong with having heroes. Quit demonizing our heroes. Quit tearing them down. F you woke wankers.
Yeah. They're not going to, unfortunately. I think.
No. Well, that's why they're dying. That's why they're dying.
Yeah, we'll see if DC can turn it around. That's the.
I hope so.
They. I don't know. They. I remember had to be maybe about 3 weeks ago. Me and Stone Loki went to a comic book store. Mm-hmm. There's maybe 5-10 minutes down the block from me. There's a comic book store. And when we walked in, they actually had a life-size Captain America standing there, and I was like, "Holy shit! If this was Captain America in real life, this would be what he." Mm-hmm. I was like, "Yo, this is wild. Never seen nothing like that, man." And we started looking through DC Comics. And they had this Deceased comic that's out. It's called Deceased of it says War of the Undead Gods. And it's Dark Side coming back.
Okay.
And yeah, it's some shit. And I mean it's the first 2 issues just came out, and I think issue 3 is coming out soon. And then you got Jeff Johns just came back to the DC Comics. And, then you got like David Vaslav, and his, him and Discovery and all them. They just started looking at DC Comics and trying to figure out like what the fuck is DC doing. And dude, shit's changing, man. So right now they're trying to figure out what to do with DC Comics at the moment.
Yeah, I saw that. They were actually looking into they were trying to figure out why certain titles got funded relative to their sales in a very practical way. They're like, wait, this title went on this many weeks, but it didn't sell that much. That title went on, why do we have all these unsuccessful titles that we keep using, even though we know they're not selling? And it's funny. They happen to line up with a lot of social justice titles. I wonder if that's
right.
Right.
But they were just looking from a number standpoint because they only care about money, at least for now.
What they need to do is they need to look at the 80s reboot that they did and how they did it back then and what they did with the heroes. And that's exactly what they need to do. Get back to the basics and think, it's a superhero comic book. It's not here to preach. It's bad guys versus good guys versus bad guys. Some people can fly. Some people need to drive a car. Some people can do interdimensional jumps. Some people can run fast. But as it goes, they need to get back to, these are the comics. These are what the soul of these characters are. They've gotten away from the souls of the character.
Right.
Just like we're talking about here with Superman versus Batman and other. The souls of the characters have been twisted. And they need to get back to what it is. They need to grab some of the people who did those comics back then and talk to them about how they did that change, because it was needed. DC, they had to do that. It was so convoluted. They needed to have a restart. And this is the best time for it. This really is.
Across the board.
Get back to the basics. Yeah. And get
comics
back
and
to the
movies.
basics. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you want to finish or go to another one of the couple topics that we had. But I think that's probably it on this. I mean, it sucks that shout out to Michael Keaton getting $2 million, but it sucks that that's all he's getting, and he's not going to be in a lot more of this stuff. Right. But if it's in a good direction, maybe they can still squeeze him in. Maybe they can still figure a way in, even if some of the stuff that he had is.
I'd love to see him as a cranky old Batman.
Yeah, I think they can figure that out.
Yeah, whether it's Dark Knight Return or whether it's Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond would probably be the best because he'd be mentoring. He's the one staying behind. Right. He's kind of like Alfred, but a little bit more so. Yeah, I mean,
I would love Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton.
Bruce Wayne and shit like you mean Alfred as far as like talking and mentoring,
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He's like Alfred in that
space. He's taking
that space. I thought you meant
I know they got different styles.
like serving finger foods and hors d'oeuvres and shit.
No.
I'll get you some tea.
The confidant, the advisor.
I got you.
I mean,
that's
the wise ass comments now and then.
Yeah, that part made me stick around. But a different type. Alfred was more sarcastic. I guess Bruce would be sarcastic, but in a more rough, meaner way.
Yeah, he'd be the get off my lawn guy.
Yeah.
Or get off my bat perch.
Yeah, so that would be cool. And we'll see. Yeah. But right now, I guess he's just his big comeback got derailed by a nut job, for lack of a better term.
So, I mean, I know a new bomb, but we can dream, can't we? Dream. That's what
never happened on ownership. DC Comics side gets sold to an independent company. Now, that's one thing that actually could happen. Ironically enough, there's a rumor, and it may not even be a rumor, maybe official, that DC is going to license out some of their comic characters, which would mean, I don't think it'll happen because of political reasons, but it is at least in the realm of plausibility that Eric July could have Batman and Isom crossover if he was willing to pay the license. So, I don't know if he will. I don't know if they let him, but that's a possibility.
Well, what if Rebellion was allowed to do Batman? The ones that do 2000 AD, Judge Dredd and all that.
Okay.
I mean, we already had the Batman Judge Dredd crossovers.
Now, that's more realistic. If they've already done business with them, they might let them license out some comics.
Yeah, they've done a couple of them. In fact, you had the Joker join Judge Death in there. I mean, it was wild, man.
Yeah.
I don't think New Bomb Turk likes my idea, but
yeah, or
unless he's
maybe he's
talking
not.
about sentient.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, they are reportedly talking about licensing out their properties to smaller companies to just let them print them and
Yeah.
go through the whole process. If they do, I mean, that might be a plus for them. Like, well, if it maybe what has to happen is it has to be outside the DC chain, and an independent company has to do what you just said.
Right.
So,
And yeah, I mean, there's still enough people I think over there that would do it. I mean, if you could get Brian Boland to do, art for it like he did for The Killing Joke, for like the first seminal issues, of course he was known for his Judge Dredd work. I think that would be awesome, just absolutely awesome.
yeah, Nestle going to get in the comic business. I don't know. I hope. And then somebody said small independent company like Disney. Well, Disney's trying to do the same thing, license out their stuff. They don't. These big boys don't want to go through that.
You sure right about that.
They need to divest. That's what's going to happen. They're going to start selling off.
Please do. Please. Well, I don't think they'll sell off because they're going to still want to be able to make movies, but they'll license out. What they'll do is they'll say, hey, if you want to print, you want to make a Batman comic, give us X amount of dollars and you can make a Batman comic. We don't really give a fuck what you do. Or maybe here's some parameters. Don't have Batman do some crazy shit that we don't approve, but it's, up to you. Here's a couple, give us what we want and just go ahead.
Well, when I mean divest, I don't know. Did I talk about this last week with you with 24? But it's like when we had the problem with the car companies, and they had GM broke up their brands a bit. They quit making certain vehicles, like Oldsmobile went away and such. Ford, they got rid of Mercury, and then they sold off Land Rover and Jaguar, which they were in Volvo, and they're going to have to start doing that because the car companies were so bloated down. Disney's even more bloated down. Yeah. They're going to have to start divesting some of the stuff that they have. I mean, take a look at all the fingers they have in there. ABC, ESPN, this, that. I mean, those tentacles are huge. And the same thing with Warner Brothers. I mean, if they need to divest DC because it's not going to be doing well, or at least the comic book end, they would, and they would, and they could. I mean, especially if they're looking at tax reasons.
That's true. And I mean, listen, I'm not saying they. And New Bomb brings up a good point about licensing. They'll just put canon around it, which is true, which is very true. But I just don't see them selling off the whole thing unless there's a way for them to just sell off like the publishing rights. Like, okay, we have you guys have the canon of the publishing rights. We have what we have, and we can do whatever we want with these characters still for movies and whatever else, but you guys have the publishing. Maybe there are some deals like that. I don't know. I think I've heard in the entertainment industry, any deal is possible if they want it to happen. So,
well, look at the dance Sony and Disney are having with Spider-Man.
That's a similar thing. So it could be a split thing with that, where Sony has. I think Sony even has the animated stuff. You said, you can you're right. You can't separate print and movie.
You can separate that, and that's what I'm talking about. That DC could, be sold off, but they come to an agreement that we still have movie rights.
Yep,
and they can still work together.
Yep,
but you have that little marriage, but it's still going to be separate and run by a group of other people.
I guess they're right. That could happen, and I mean, not only could that happen, just logistically, I do think they do want to get rid of the publishing division. Both Disney, DC, and Marvel for Disney and Warner Brothers. I think they both want to get rid of those publishing divisions. And like you said, I think you are right. They are going to start having to, especially Disney, man. They own too many properties. And there's got to be some independent investors who are like, you know what? I got enough money to buy X, Y, or Z. Let me buy this property, that property, and have my own company start up.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
Marvel does have the animated rights, not the live action. Okay.
But... as it goes with that, I mean, they're not getting the Chinese money they were getting. They're not getting all that government, propaganda money anymore. And the theme parks aren't doing anything. The theme parks are the things that was the bread and butter for them. That was where they're getting the big money from. And people aren't going to the parks anymore as much as they used to. They were too expensive. People are pissed off at Disney. all sorts of things. So Disney is going to have a little bit of a wake up call. Are you going to start seeing either bankruptcies, or are you going to start seeing sell offs? And it's going to happen when things get too big. It finally pops.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just see a Newbound correcting me because that's part of where I thought the animated rights because of the Spider-Verse. But if they have to be 30-minute episodes, that makes it TV, which is why the Spider-Verse was Sony and all the cartoons are still Marvel. Makes sense. Thank you, Newbound, for the legal thing. All right, go ahead. I just
he's our
lawyer.
Newbound Turk.
Newbound is the giving us the legal of what's going on because this shit is so complicated with these rights and it get really complicated. Stuff.
Well, when you need to have this, you got to go to the Hollywood Knights for it. And Newbound Turk is
there. You know. You know what? There's a good point. Cincha Dildo makes up a good point. We might actually have in the near future DC and or Marvel. Shit, they could even be owned by the same investor could buy both, but they might be owned by people who care about them because of the SJWs because they bring the value down to where. If let's say I'm using him as an example, I know I like Eric July, right? Let's say Isam, I can't pronounce it both ways. I fuck it up. Isam. Okay. Let's say it keeps going and it keeps the success going, multiple years to where he really and the price goes down low enough to where it's like, yeah, you know what? We'll give you the print division for $5 million. Just take it. And he buys it and then is able to hire on and keep people to actually care about the medium, it would actually do a lot better for the actual comic book fans in the long term. You got to go through the trenches of all this craziness to get there. But you're right, it could. Or, I mean, I'm using him as an example. There's always these independent investors, who grew up as fans of things. I think of AEW as a wrestling thing where there happened to be some random billionaire who was a wrestling fan and he wanted to start a wrestling company. And he did.
Well, what about McFarlane?
McFarlane, yeah, he's a guy that could do it. He's like, hey, you know what? I used to work for Marvel. Now I own Marvel. I'll take it. McFarlane's a guy that could absolutely do it. Yeah. He's
got the cash.
Yeah, he absolutely got the cash. Already has the working relationship. Already has a lot of stuff on staff. He could do it. He could do it easily, honestly.
The whole thing, right? The whole thing with licensing out the characters. Is that you're going to have another Marvel on your hands where you have Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Blade, and all these people bullshit over at Fox. Then you'll have Hulk over at Universal, Spider-Man at Sony. And basically, you have to worry about would Batman be here, Superman be there, Wonder Woman over there. So when you start licensing out the characters, you got to wonder how far it would go. Well, again, you have to wonder how far it would. Well,
I don't think it would be. I think it'd be an actual divestment, a selling. There might, like I said, there might be an agreement. We'll make movies. As long as we can make movies and you do that, and we can still work together for crossovers, because if we do an adaptation of the films or whatever, because what you're just exactly saying, 24, they know that it's going to make a big mess. They can see what happens with your characters, with the Hulk, Spider-Man, and all that, with all that Marvel crap. I'm not calling Marvel crap. I'm talking about the whole situation.
Right. Yeah.
But they know that, and they want to keep this stable. They have to physically get rid of it. They can't license it out. And then again, you can, like I said, have whatever agreement there is. They could work something out on that one, and we'll see what's going on. I mean, we know that these companies are hurting bad, and it's either they sell it or they get rid of it. And I don't want them to get rid of it. I'd rather have them sell it to somebody who would do something with it.
We'll see, man. And then what else was I thinking about? Oh, I was talking about video game rights. It's not just movie rights. You got to make sure those are, because I know with the Marvel Spider-Man, they definitely were Sony Plus because it just now opened up to other platforms like years after release. It was locked on Sony for a good 4 or 5 years, locked on PlayStation.
Longer than that.
It was longer than that. Yeah, whatever it was, maybe 6.
Right.
Maybe it's been the whole time. I remember seeing some older ones on the Xbox, but that relationship has a little extra to it, even if it's not implicitly implied. So it's when you work with one company, you tend to work with them again. So yeah, I really hope they do, sell it off as whole. But they have talked about licensing out. You're right, as far as everything's going to be disjointed. But I think what New Bomb Turk said earlier, they'll just make it not canon. That
right,
and so that kind of cheapens your investment if you're the one licensing it out just to buy something, even if it's great and people like it. Oh well, it's not really canon. So
they can see what happened with Lucasfilm.
That's what I was talking about. New Bomb, the first one just made the Steam, same as God is War. Yeah, the Sony has that little time block thing, which I understand. You got to sell those consoles.
They see the turmoil that happened with Lucasfilm, where it's like, okay, we're just going to sit back and ignore everything that's left up beforehand, and we're pushing ourselves where they could continue. Both of them keep getting more money by helping it out. But again, with licensing of games, well, remember back when LucasArts was around, they started getting a little bit of problem because this company was doing this game, this company was doing that game. It got a little disjointed. Even with that. When LucasArts was actually making the games originally themselves, and they started, licensing out for the games, and people started going, "Oh, why do you have to do that for?"
Yeah. So licensing out could be a double-edged sword. Anything to get it out of the hands of the current writers, right? Just whatever, just please. They're just so bad.
Well, the thing is, I think if they do decide to license some of the heroes out, I think it would be under the premise of as long as you're not tarnishing or destroying the hero, then they'll let it fly.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's under that premise because remember, DC is tarnishing and destroying these heroes. They might have it. No, what? That's another thing about license. What if they say no? You got to keep the social justice stuff if you want to. Superman better not be straight in your book if you license it out. You know what I mean? That's also a risk of licensing. They might
they'll have certain says and certain things about that. That's why it needs to be completely divested for it to work.
You're right. At the end of the day, the best option, license out is not going to work. They do need to just sell the whole thing. You've convinced me. You're right. You're all right. New Bomb's right. You're right. It has to be done.
And the thing is, it can be a harmonious thing. It doesn't have to be a full divorce. You can still work together with it, and everybody wins. Everybody.
There was talk.
The movie. Sorry.
There was talks a few years ago about selling off DC Comics as far as the comic book division goes, the whole thing. But as they sell off the comic book division, Warner Brothers will still have the rights to the characters to still put out their movies and their animated movies and all the other shits. The thing is, as far as the comic books go, they would have somebody else, run that, and basically Warner Brothers would still have access to all the storylines and all the other things in order to make the movies and and all the other TV shows and whatever else if they wanted to pull content from any of the storylines or whatever they could and but still let somebody else run the content, the comic book side of things.
Yeah,
and DC still has control of the intellectual properties of everything.
Right. I mean, as it goes, if they want to keep superhero films going, they have to keep the comics alive.
Yeah,
if the comics die, your superhero films are going to start dying out too.
Yeah. But I'm not sure, real quick. How much longer do you guys think?
No, actually, we could start wrapping it up. We were just
okay.
Yeah. We were just talking, winding down, but
no, I had a grand old time.
No. It was cool, but I was just like, all right, because I do got to get out of here. I got to hit the store and shit before shit start to close.
No, I understand that, man. So yeah.
He's like a pump of was it? What do you call him? Pump vigilante. Dodgelante. Yeah, you got to take him out too. So he's things outside.
I do got to walk. I need to walk. I'm walking him for me. I mean, there's a yard outside. He can just do his business, but I got to walk him so I can stay active, not be obese Jelani. That's not gonna get it done. I gotta hurry before White Castle closes. Yeah, there you go. That keeps that ties everything back together.
Yep. Shit. We circle back now.
Damn, there's no White Castle locally. Damn. But there's the Crystals apparently, so I got to keep that.
Yeah, there's Crystals around this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean it's close to White Castles. Give it a whack.
Yeah, that's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Right, well, I'll tell you what, guys.
I mean to cut it off, but this has been real fun. Doing this with you guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed you, Vidge, and great to be 24 again. I mean,
yeah, man. I fucking miss this too, man. I know we, didn't mean for it to run this long, but I guess it's time flies when you're having fun. But we are gonna have to wrap it up this evening. And before we do, Vigilante, you have any last words for wonderful folks out there?
Sub to me if you haven't. Monday there'll be a Culture Crime Fighters either live or record. I don't know which. We'll find out in a few hours. And sub to me, please.
There you go. What about you, man?
New Bomb. First of all, I think New Bomb. I think Mad Magazine had Fat Man first, but that's I might be wrong. But okay, I mean I'll be here. I'm going to have my. I'm going to have on Wednesday. I'm going to have my show, the open mic night, because it's the last Wednesday of the month, of course, coming up to Halloween with that. So 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. You can come to my channel. Come on in if you want to. Of course, I go bother Pacific 414 on his show usually beforehand, and then I try to get on get on with Gary and Keith and on Saturday morning, and also with King Dolphin TV. So I try to keep myself busy and out of trouble. And of course, 5 o'clock every Sunday Central Standard Time, right here, baby. The Kings are back.
There you go. All right. And as far as me, just glad to be back with the boys. And, it's good to be here with everybody. Wanted to tell everyone out there, thank you for being here with us and spending time with us. Anybody that catches on the replay, I'd like to tell you thank you for coming to check us out. And we had a great time being here with y'all. Just want to tell everyone thank you for supporting us and being here for us the way you have been since the beginning. And always remember that without you guys, there is no us. But want to tell everyone thank you. And with that, just want to tell everyone we love you guys. We're the Primetime Kings. Vigilante Williamson with Dodgerlanty. Baron Norman Tag, and it's your boy 24/7 here with the Primetime Kings, and Dos Wolfen, Pacific 414, Sentient Dildo, Zacharot, the Lone Suffering, Sentient, everybody out there. Love you guys, man, and thank y'all, and for all y'all that I've didn't name, please forgive me. But we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. We love you guys. You take it easy. And with that, just like to say, you guys have a good night. Take it easy, and we love y'all. Peace.
24 is going to choose.